Good news! Warner Bros. Has announced a new Batman Arkham game.
Anyone want a slightly used batsuit?
Bad news! It's not being developed by Rocksteady Games, the studio that made Arkham Asylum and Arkham City.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it does not.
Come on now, it's not necessarily a bad thing. There's every chance that Batman Arkham Origins could be every bit as great as Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, as long as new studio Warner Montreal avoids the things we really don't want in a new Batman game. And those things are...
But you of all people should know, there's plenty wrong with me.
Don't get us wrong here, we love the Joker. The relationship between him and Batman was the core of the first two Arkham games, and Mark Hamill's performance has supplanted Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger as our favourite incarnation of the clown prince of crime.
You fell for the old sick Joker gag, Batman.
But the Joker is done. Hamill is finished with the role, he says, and the Joker's story arc was wrapped up in Arkham City. Even though this is a prequel, bringing Joker in feels like it would lessen the impact of the last game. Early reports show that the main villain is going to be Black Mask, which is a good start, and there are hundreds of other great Batman villains to choose from.
We have no choice. The egg tax will be collected.
See that it is, Batman, and remember I'll be making spot checks myself.
And that guy. So there's no need to rely on Joker. Let's leave him out this time. Oh, and while Penguin is confirmed to appear in the new game, maybe get someone who can do an actual Cockney accent to do the voice this time. Sorry, Nolan North. Hello, Batman, apples and pears, my old man's a dustman, way. It might be harsh to judge Warner Montreal on their previous games, since, apart from the Wii U port of Arkham City, they've only done one, but when that game is Looney Tunes Scooby-Doo cartoon universe, alarm bells start ringing.
Why is it making that noise?
Part of the appeal of the Arkham games is that they are adult games as dark and gritty as tar paper. Batman with a broader appeal has its place, but it's not in the Arkham games, so let's avoid a repeat of this.
7 million. Never leave the cave without it.
Batman isn't just a pointy-eared punching machine, he's also the world's greatest detective, a genius-level sleuth without the drawbacks of Sherlock Holmes' heroin addiction, Miss Marple's oldness, or Hercule Poirot's stupid moustache.
Pretty fishy what happened to me on that ladder.
You mean where there's a fish, there could be a penguin?
But wait, it happened at sea. See? See for Catwoman.
Indeed. Some of our favourite bits of the previous Arkham games were detective-based, and we want to see even more of this side of Bats' character in Arkham Origins. Information revealed so far indicates that this is the direction that Warner are going in. An example involves players watching security footage and viewing events from different angles and at different speeds to gather clues. More of this, please.
The trajectory the bullet traveled will lead me to the shooter.
One of the things that Rocksteady got totally right in their Batman games was the combat. Based around attacks, counters, and Bruce's trademark gadgets, Rocksteady's combat perfectly captured just why Batman is such a badass, as he quietly and methodically took apart armies of thugs while barely breaking a sweat.
Congratulations!
Of course, the temptation will be there for Warner Montreal to put their own stamp on the combat, but we're of the if it ain't broke, don't fix it school of thought. Current reports are that they're not messing with the mechanics, but they are adding new layers, so we guess this means new attacks and counter methods, which sounds good. As long as Rocksteady's combat remains at the core, we'll be as happy as the criminals of Gotham most definitely aren't. In case you missed the details, Arkham Origins is going to be a prequel to Rocksteady's games based loosely on Batman Year One and Legends of the Dark Knight. The developers say they're going to refresh the character, so they're not committed to precisely lining up with the first two games, giving them leeway to do the wrong things with the plot.
Joker's good. What a kick turn.
But watch Batman trimming.
Yeah, okay, it won't be that bad, but Warner has said they're not telling the origins of Batman, or the origins of Arkham, quick reminder of the name of the game here, but instead the first time Batman meets certain important characters. Alright, but the universe Rocksteady created is so rich and well realised that it would undermine the previous games if they didn't line up. Here's hoping Warner's writers stay faithful to Rocksteady's world.
Why do you work alone, Batman? I believe you enjoy the loneliness.
We've seen Arkham Asylum and we've seen Arkham City, what used to be Gotham North. We want new parts of Gotham to explore. Currently signs are good, the words functional city are being thrown around and both old Gotham and the fancy skyscrapers of new Gotham are set to feature. It's also set at Christmas, which should give it a nice Batman Returns vibe.
You missed.
Although that presumably means we won't be seeing events tied to your system clock like Arkham City's Calendar Man.
Oh, hello, Batman. I was just thinking about the horrible murders I did on the Secretary's Day. Come back, it's good.
This one. Yeah, thanks. The Batwing has been confirmed as being in the game, but as a fast travel method rather than a controllable vehicle. That's a shame, but the presence of a fast travel system is hopefully a sign that we'll be looking at a much bigger game world than we've seen in the previous Batman games. Warner's current estimate is a world twice as big as Arkham City, but for us, the bigger the better. This leads us on to something we do want to see, and that's even more side missions. A highlight of Arkham City were the optional side missions Brucey could undertake, such as tracking down Deadshot, catching a serial killer, and putting a stop to Zaz's Saw-style plotting. They provide a great diversion to the main storyline, and these, plus the addition of random crimes to solve a la Spider-Man 2, would do much to boost replayability.
All we need now is a finishing touch. A special new hat. Just for you.
Finally, and I think we can all agree on this, does this one speak for itself? I think this one speaks for itself. For the time being though, those were the 7 things we don't want in Batman Arkham Origins. What are you hoping for? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more on the game. Right, we're off to work these points up into riddle form and write them in the sky over Warner Montreal's office using a rocket. Thanks for watching.
That missile, look, it's written something. Let's race back to headquarters, Robin. You know what this means, don't you?